Let's get into it. Boost Mobile Gold Coast 500. And well done, Shane van Gisbergen, on the race win and getting the points gap that he needs to be crowned the champion for the year. Dave Reynolds in a spirited drive for second place, and Chaz Mostert with a hard-fought podium as well. We'll start with the man in the middle. Shane, congratulations. I'd love to know your thoughts on winning this championship compared to last year with all the changes in team ownership and structure, teammate, engineer, the whole lot. Did you come into this year thinking you could do exactly what you've done this year?
I don't know. I don't think like that. But, this year was obviously a massive change with, Jamie retiring, taking over the team with Jess, and also Artie taking that big backward step. It's been, it's been huge changes. And then, of course, Couchy leaving as well, and a new engineer in Andrew. And, the team's been awesome. Obviously, having no real rule changes has helped. We've got a good car that we could continue on with. But, it's just been great this year. Not many mistakes. Couple from myself, which hurt. But, it's been amazing this year. And, we've still got a fair way to go. So, I hope I don't want to relax. I want to keep doing the job tomorrow and at Adelaide as well. But it's been awesome.
I imagine you were pretty motivated to win Bathurst, and you're pretty motivated to get that championship tick now. 3 races to go. What's motivating you now?
You guys a bit, like having all the talk, he's got to finish 23rd or whatever. Like I use that as motivation, and I never fucking started a race to finish 23rd. So I went out there, got the lead, and then just raced the gap behind on the dash, really, and just watched the gap increase. And my goal was to get it to 20, and I failed. But, I just pushed like anything and, do my talking with the finish position.
How long do you want to keep doing that talking here in Supercars, do you think?
As in career-wise, or go somewhere else?
Yeah, career-wise.
That depends on Gen 3, probably. I'd like to stay here. If I stay in Supercars, I'll definitely stay with 888. I love the team, and we have started talking about a new deal. But maybe I'd like to start next year and see what the racing's like. The car has potential, but I'd like to race people as well. Like it's pretty hard. The race probably was pretty stale. Like when you follow someone around here, you can hardly follow with the aero stuff. So let's see. Hopefully next year's a better race car, and I'd love to stay in Supercars. It's close to home.
Nice. Off topic, you enjoyed seeing Scotty this weekend? Have you had much of a chance to catch up?
Yeah, we need to get him a car for tomorrow so we can have a race, but he probably needs to sober up first.
Yeah, we're going to get him out of the Pikachu outfit as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave, what hurts right now?
What hurts?
What hurts?
Life.
Everything?
It was about 40 laps in, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah?
It's way too hot.
You've been saying all week, 50K's too many. You feeling that now?
Yeah, 50 or 100. Yep, definitely.
I know
we've got a new cool suit system and it's obviously not sorted, and it just melts you inside. That was the hottest I've ever felt.
Right. It was running at 27 degrees in practice one or something you said?
Yeah, the first practice was like 28 degrees, and the next one was like, they got it down to like 18 or something, but who knows what it was then, but just not good enough.
How do you remedy that, and how do you fix yourself up for tomorrow?
I really don't know. We've got the old dry ice system we could potentially put in, because that's like a known quantity. It stays pretty cold. I don't know. I'm going to try and drink as much water as I can and see what I can do. See if the medicals guys can help me and get me back on track.
Is Lee having the same problem with his cool suit?
Yep, pretty much.
All right. Is it belting him up?
He wanted to give up as well. It's not fun out there at all, especially when you're trying to battle these blokes, and they're, Chaz is putting heaps of pressure on me. That just increases the temperature in the cabin, and it's shit house. It's the worst feeling in the world, the absolute worst feeling.
So pretty amazing that you brought the thing home in second then.
I'm actually more surprised that they got, like, my steering wheel came loose during the race, and they jumped in the last stop and tightened the nuts, and we didn't lose a second. And I was like screaming at them in the stop too. So I thought they were going to replace the whole wheel, and then it looked like they were undoing it, but they were doing it up. I know, I was a bit torched at the end. So, yeah.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
I got the message a bit wrong. Yeah, but it was a good stop, and they didn't lose a second, so
and then
awesome.
Did you know straight away it was fixed?
Yep, fixed straight away.
Sweet.
So brilliant job by the team.
Okay, have a drink.
Thank you.
Chaz, how you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. Only thing I had wrong with my car is the helmet air kept blowing off, so something ongoing from Bathurst we'll fix overnight. But feel pretty good. I was hot in the car, but as soon as the door opened and got out at the podium there, a minute later felt much better. But yeah, like Dave said, it is hot in there, and 250 Ks around here is probably one of the hardest street tracks. You know, you go to Adelaide, same length, but there's a few more straights that give you time to relax, you know, your muscles and stuff like that. But here, I don't think the steering angle is even at zero for a second around here. Even all the straights have a bend in it, so it's pretty hectic around here. I'm glad today was a little bit cooler than what it was yesterday, definitely with the humidity. So if we can just pray for another day tomorrow, like very similar today, if not a bit cooler, then it'll just be a bit easier on all the drivers.
Cool. Some good battles for you out there today?
Yeah, we ran a little bit longer in the first one, and then fueled back a bit, and was able to pass a couple of cars and get ourselves back into the podium contention. I caught Dave down, but he just had that gap in front of him where he was able to keep his tyres a bit cooler, and I just couldn't quite get close enough early enough to get the job done. But credit to him, his cool suit failing and stuff like that. Whatever his diet is, which we all know he does wacky things with steaks and eggs and all that kind of stuff. Good on him, but I'm pretty happy that my diet with pies and sausage rolls and the good life got me back here got me back on the podium today.
We just heard Shane say that he wants to spend a year in Gen 3 and then see where he's at. How do you feel about racing Shane potentially for more years to come? You enjoying having such strong competition in supercars?
I'd personally love him to stay, It's the same with Scotty before he went overseas. I want to race the best guys, not only in Australia, but in the world. And look at Shane and Scotty like they are some of the best race car drivers I've ever versed. So it's probably been, it probably breaks a lot of our drivers' hearts this year that we haven't been able to pressure Shane and be able to race him the way he wants to be raced and keep him honest in the championship and that dream of bringing it down to the last race like we've seen plenty of years in the past. I don't know if that's just a car thing and where the cars have got to. But I'm sure Gen 3 is another opportunity where it was like when it went to Gen 2, where it took everyone 2 years to work out the setups of the cars and get the most out of them. So, I think that first year at Gen 2, we had 10 or 13 different winners from the category. And I think that's what all the fans want to see. It doesn't matter who they're backing. They want to know their driver and team has a chance. And probably the last 2 years, obviously, it's been kind of dominated, and you can't take anything away from Shane. He's one of the best race car drivers in the world, and he does a fantastic job. But we need to step up as drivers and as hopefully a category, and hopefully next year it's a good opportunity for all of us in the lane to work hard over the break and come out swinging, because it's a good opportunity to put the pressure on this guy.
Okay. Just before I open it up to the journos, Davey, I just want to throw you one more. You obviously didn't get any laps in at Bathurst. So you didn't get the big double stint and all that at the end of the race. Yeah. A bit of lack of race fitness as well from missing out on Bathurst. Does that compound today?
Yeah, Is this thing on? Nah. Yeah, possibly. I just didn't. I haven't really raced a car since New Zealand, so that's a fair while ago. So yeah, I'm just probably maybe not as conditioned as the rest of them, but regardless, it's if your cool suit works, you can get through the race. When it doesn't, it's dire.
Yep. Okay. Let's pass around the microphone.
Test, yep. Shane, just to further up on what Chad said, do you feel like this year you weren't, like last year you were pushed a bit by Jamie in the other car? Do you feel like it's been a bit more relaxed having someone like Brock in the other car, not necessarily having the pedigree that Jamie has and the status, but it's just made it a little bit easier for you?
I don't know. In some ways it is, but Brock's done a fantastic job, and we still learn things off him, and Marty, his engineer, is very sharp as well. But yeah, it's part of, I guess, I spoke about it a bit last year, that level that we all pushed ourselves to. And then Scotty left and Jamie left, and then my focus has been to stay at that level and keep making myself better, and I'm just stoked I've been able to do that and not be caught or dropped to the other guy's level. So, and maybe that's my car advantage. Maybe next year it'll be the same, because obviously I do have a good car as well, but I feel like I'm always constantly pushing myself to be better as well, and trying other sports too, and keep improving as a driver.
There was a point in midway through the season where a couple other guys were getting some wins there, and then
Yep.
at Townsville you went on a bit of a run.
Yep.
What kind of changed there? What lever
Yep.
did you pull to excel?
Yeah, a bit of my mentality. There was probably some moves at Winton I could have tried to get past Cam, and I was a bit complacent there. I spoke about that a bit, and then at Townsville, obviously getting spun out, and the media firing up. Oh, he's giving his team firing up, giving him some back, and he's pushing hard and finally under challenged. And I haven't seen him for 3 months, so it's that's what I love doing. Just keep pushing myself, focus, and have a proper crack.
And how do you view this season now that you've won 20 of the 31? It's, Larko was saying on the broadcast, It's the most, one of, if not the most dominant ever, and it's kind of like the Mount Rushmore of Australian motor racing. Do you see it up there as well?
Oh yeah, I'm wrapped with it, and I still know that all the guys here are top level drivers, and even racing Dave, and that one I haven't raced him for a while, and you're racing. But watching him through the chicane, like I was taking it in the first few laps and enjoying it, like mirrors against the fence, sending it, and I love that. So yeah, it was good, and then it got even more fun for me on lap 10 when he started doing burnouts. So
It wasn't fun for me.
yeah, but I know that I'm still racing good guys, and I just got to keep pushing myself. Yeah.
Shane, it sounds like you're almost disappointed in not being able to be pushed as much as perhaps you would like. Has that come part of you thinking about next season and beyond? Are you looking for someone to step up and challenge you more than maybe you were this season?
No, I like winning, but no, it's good. It's good having someone who pushes you all the time, and there has been points where it's been Chaz or Cam or Anton. Will's been very strong, but I think that's our strength, has been our consistency, and our bad days we're still on the podium. So that's probably been our biggest strength, is that we're always there.
Dave, can you just talk us through that stint where the steering wheel was loose? Was there any fear from you that it was going to actually come off?
Yeah, so I honestly can't remember, but sometime in the first stint, towards the end of it, it started to rattle around just in my hand, just like on the spline. And yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm just going to use very ginger hands, like, through everything, and not brace myself under brakes, and because you like through the chicane and stuff, because you like really got to wrestle the car, and the steering's so heavy in my car these days, so it's just you're always holding on to it, and like Chaz says, you're always turning, you're never really straight. So yeah, I was kind of worried that it was going to fall off, and it was reflected in my times as well.
Was there any talk with the team of pitting early for that?
No. I was just trying to not hold on as tight.
And the stress of that, do you think that's contributed to how exhausted you are now?
No, not really, no. They fixed it in the last stop, and it was not normal, and it's just a heat thing.
Thanks.
I'm quite skinny, which is probably a bad thing.
Shane, just to clarify what you were talking about Gen 3 and what influence that may have on your future. So it's not about whether Triple Eight, can roll out a car that's a dominant car. No. It's about the raceability of the cars and what the actual motor racing is like.
Yeah, I just want it to be fun and a good car to drive. I think at the start of the year, they let us drive us a bit, and then I haven't driven it since Tassie. For some reason, they've sort of given it to other people, but yeah, I'm not sure. I just hope it's a good race car, fun race car for everyone, and we still have some room to develop it and change it around. Where I don't want it to be like Porsche Cup, where they're all the same speed, boring racing, because it sounds very stock at the moment. But maybe we'll have a lot of things we can change on the car, because at the moment you can see a Walkinshaw car, you can see a Grove car, a DJR car. You can see all those differences when you're driving, and there's ability to change things and have a different style of car. And I just hope that we're not locked in next year and everyone's the same, and makes the racing a bit stale. So, but everything they say about it is good. They're talking it up, all the engineers, and I trust them. But yeah, we'll see at the first race what it's really like.
So you haven't driven it since the ergonomic changes were made for taller drivers like yourself?
I think I did at Tassie. I think it had the tunnel there, and it was a bit better. Yeah. Cool. I think.
Okay, we all good? Sweet. Thanks,
Cool.
guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.